All right, a new box just came out. You know the drill. I'm going to go over the contents of the box, the new cards and whatnot, and then I'm going to give you a bunch of blueprint lists that you can take at face value. I mean, obviously they're untested, but they're just solid ideas, solid foundations to go off of. So stick around. What's up, guys? It's your boy Kazaris, and today we're going to be getting into this new box, Antinomic Theory, all based around antinomy, and his TG deck. So there's a ton of TG cards in here, as well as some fish cards. And let's just get right into it. Looking at the ultra rare cards first, TG Halberd Cannon. Now, spoiler, the TG deck doesn't really use this. Like, you can find ways to turbo this, but I believe Blade Blaster is much better than this, and it's easier to summon. Blade Blaster is the new ultra card from Antinomy's event, so much easier card to get. You can maybe try and get one of this, but I don't think you need it. Bahamut Shark, it's good, but at the moment it's not very. It'll be good in the future, but at the moment there's only 3 targets for it, I believe. Well, there's more. There's like 3 okay targets. There's Nightmare Shark, which needs material, but when it's special summoned, you can attach a level 3 water from your hand or field to it as material. So like, you can get material on it after summoning it off of Bahamut Shark. And Mermail Abyss Trite is like another good one. So if you play a Mermail deck with the Bahamut Shark, you can make Abyss Trite. And when Abyss Trite dies by your opponent's card, you get to float into a Mermail from the graveyard. So summons a Mermail, triggers a water effect maybe, and lets you float. So that's kind of cool. It'll be better in the future when we get better waters. Like, ideally Toad, but maybe not. King of the Feral Imps, kind of cool. Just detach material, search a reptile type. There's Gigabyte and the super rares. Spoiler, I guess, so that can search that. TG Screw Serpent and TG Drillfish. These are like the only ultra rares that you need 3 of from the box, because the TG deck will use 3 Screw Serpent and 3 Drillfish, because these are just easy access to level 5s. I'll get into that in a second. We got Rikka. Snowdrop the Rikka Fairy. You only need 1 of this. Unfortunately, with the new ban list, I was going to do a ban list reaction, but I figured I'd rather just put this out first, and then by the time I get to the ban list reaction tomorrow, everybody will know what's already been done, or what's already on it. So, ban list, destroy the What Grows in the Graveyard skill. You have to take 1500 life points to put the Dark Verger in the graveyard. And people were deck crafting with Rikkas and What Grows in the Graveyard skill, and then like a day later, Konami puts out the ban list, and the deck is just kind of dead on arrival now, because there's the other iteration of it is just nowhere near as consistent or strong. Lantern Shark, you only need 1 of this. Buzzsaw Shark, the one that summons from deck, is a super rare, which is crazy. So we're going to be using 3 Buzzsaw, 1 Lantern, so you only need 1 Lantern. Witch of the Black Forest, and then Mystical Space Typhoon. Pretty cool. About time, I'd say. You need, I don't know, it's like Cyclone is still better, because Cyclone triggers skills, Cyclone banishes, so they don't get any grave effects of the card you destroy. So like, Mystical Space Typhoon is okay, but like, we got Cyclone 3 years ago, over 3 years ago, and it's just still better than Typhoon. This could have came before Cyclone, honestly, but we have it now, so it's alright. Super rares. Number 87, Queen of the Night. This is what you're going to be trying to make with Rikkas sometimes. It's okay. It's big. It's 3200. It's 3 level 8 monsters. But with Rikka, the Snowdrop, so you'll summon Glow Up, tribute Glow Up to summon Rikka, and then Rikka will summon another plant, and then you'll summon back Glow Up. And then you'll use Rikka's effect, or Snowdrop's effect, to target itself, and then make all plants on the field level 8, and then you have 3 level 8 monsters. And this is a plant still, so you can summon it. Snowdrop will lock you into plants, so you can still summon this. Once returned during either player's turn, you can activate one of these effects. Target a set spell or trap card your opponent controls. While this card is face up on the field, your opponent, that set card cannot be activated. You can target a plant type monster on the field, change it to face down defense, or you can target a face up monster on the field. That target gains 300 attack. So, in theory, you can lock 3 back row with this card, or you can boost it to 4100 attack or something like that. It's okay. It's decent. It's an option. Gotchi. We finally got this. 2 level 2 monsters. If this face-up card would be destroyed, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card instead. That does not activate, just like Neo's Fusion effect similarly. Face-up monsters you control gain 200 attack and defense for each Xyz material attached to this card. So it starts off at 900, 2200 stats, and then loses a little bit of attack and defense as you protect it. Okay card. Okay for frogs, I guess. Fairy Knight Ingunar. 3 level 6 monsters. This Rikka can summon this pretty easily because they get a level 6 that will summon. Similarly to Snowdrop, you'll get 3 plants with the level 6. You can target the level 6 and make them all level 6, I believe. This one right here. No, not this one. So this one is the Searcher. This will search the Rikka spell or trap. And then, where is it? This one. Where is it? Or is it? It might be using this one. You can target up to 2 plant monsters you control, increase their levels by 2 until the end. So this is how you make 6s. Okay. So you'll get Primula with a 6, and then Primula will boost itself and then like carrot weight to make them both level 6, and then those 2 6s with one of the other Rikka level 6s. That's how you make Ingunar. So this is a plant level 6 or plant rank 6. Once per turn, you can attach 2 Xyz materials from this card. Return all other cards on the field to the hand. Your opponent cannot activate cards or cards or effects in response to this card effect's activation. So pretty cool. Only 2200 though, a little weak, but 33,000 defense. TG Star Guardian, you are going to need 2 of this. This is how you're going to make Blade Blaster more consistently, because you'll make this with Screw Serpent and Drillfish, and then you'll summon it and you'll add back Screw Serpent for the grave, and then you'll use its other effect to special Screw Serpent from the hand, and then you'll trigger Screw Serpent to summon back the Drillfish, and then you'll make another level 5, and then Screw Serpent can banish itself in the graveyard to increase or decrease the level of a TG you control by 1. You can make this level 4. Pretty cool. Malakota. Now, we did get Burning Abyss, but they are garbage. We got all of the garbage ones. So the first 4 they released were Graf, Seer, Scarm, Dante, the best ones without a doubt. The next set they released were like utility, so like Farfa, Calcab, was it Barbar? Farfa, Calcab, Alec, Rubik, and Virgil. So those 5 were next. We didn't get any of those. And then the ones that they released after that were Barbar, Libic, Cagna, and Dragig, and Malakota. We got all of those, and those are doo-doo. Those are the worst ones by far. Like, nobody plays any of the last ones except maybe, or I guess they play like 1 Libic and 1 Barbar or something like that. Because Libic is kind of like a Torgod effect. You can special, when it's sent to the grave, you can special a level 3 Dark Fiend from the hand and negate its effects. Because Burning Abyss all have a clause where if you have any monster besides the Burning Abyss on the field, they kill themselves. They destroy themselves. So Libic prevents that. So Libic's okay. Cagna is okay. It sends a Burning Abyss spell or trap from the deck to the grave, which is with Good and Evil. Where is Good and Evil? Good and Evil on the following turn after it's sent to grave, you can banish it to add a Burning Abyss card from your hand, or from the deck to the hand, and then discard any card. So it's pretty cool. Oh no, you send a Burning Abyss monster first and then add. Okay, so that's what you'll be sending with Cagna most likely. Malakota is like, if it can like quick effect reduce the attack of a monster your opponent controls, and if it's sent to grave, you can send 1 other card on the field to the graveyard targeting. So it's okay. It's 2700. Just not like at least I wanted them to give us like the fusion spell, the meme with the fusion Dante, because at least fusion Dante is good, but like just having to summon it with like the fusion spell requires 3 materials, so it's like really hard to summon. And it's just with no other good supporting Burning Abyss cards, just the fusion on his own would have been like memey enough, I think, to where we could have gotten him. I don't know. TG Warwolf, we'll use 1 of this. Mudan already went over it. This is the one that searches the Rikka spells and traps. Very good. You'll play 3 of that one. 3 Buzzsaw Shark. You can target a water monster you control, special summon from your deck in defense position, 1 fish monster with the same level as that monster but with a different name, and if you do, it cannot activate its effects this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Xyz monsters. If this card is used for the Xyz summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or 5. This shares that same clause with Lantern Shark. Lantern Shark, however, would special from hand, so obviously summoning from deck is way better than summoning from hand, so you'll play 3 Buzzsaw, 1 Lantern, and then that allows you to make any rank 3, 4, or 5 water, or just any rank 4 monster. So because of this, we can move away from the territory of the Shark skill, which is really nice. It allows us to play like better rank 4s. because we can just play like a ton of level 4 monsters. This is basically our level 4 version of Deep Sea Diva. Sure, we don't get Dweller with infantry underneath it, but being able to play better rank 4s is kind of the deck. It's like a different version of the water deck, but it might be a little bit worse, but it's still pretty cool. So I'll get into that in a little bit. Gigabyte, Rikka Glamour. You don't play this card. When you activate this card, you can tribute 1 plant monster, add a Rikka from your deck to your hand. Then if you tribute a plant monster when you activated this card, add 1 plant monster with the same original level as that Rikka monster, but with a different name from your deck to your hand. So it's like a double searcher, but Rikka Flurries is better because this is a continuous spell. If a Rikka monster you control is tributed, you can make your opponent tribute 1 monster they control. Really cool. You can only use this effect once per turn, and then the other effect is once per turn during your opponent's end phase. If you control a face-up non-plant monster, destroy this card. It's just really good removal because it forces your opponent to tribute. It doesn't target. It doesn't affect your opponent's cards with your effect. It's kind of like Dakini. You're making your opponent send. So it's just very good removal. And then Rikka Tranquility is the other trap you'll play when you activate this card. You can also tribute 1 plant monster, special summon 1 Rikka monster from your graveyard in defense position. Then, if you tributed a monster when you activated this card, special summon 1 plant monster from your graveyard in defense position. So, if you tribute a monster, you get to summon 2 from the grave. If you don't tribute, you just get to summon 1. But if you tribute a monster with this on the field, you'll get 2 from the grave and make your opponent tribute a monster. So that's going to be what you're going for. Pretty cool. And then this card, Black and White Wave. Deceptively really good. So the condition to activate it seems hard. If there is a face-up Xyz monster on the field with the Synchro monster Xyz material, target a card on the field, banish that target, and if you do, draw 1 card. This is like a better Gemini Spark because you don't have to tribute anything and you get the banish. So like you'll just get 1 for 1, use this card to banish 1, and then you'll draw it to replace it. So it's almost like a +1 if you're counting your opponent's cards as well. So like very good card. And I'll show you in a second, but I originally had a Goyo Guardian deck list with what grows in the graveyard planned with this, and it was really good. I thought it was really good because the consistency was really high. And then the what grows in the graveyard nerf came out the next day, today, and I just really annoyed. But I figured out a different build with it. It might not be quite as consistent, but we'll see. And that's a list, and you can go over the rares by yourself. These are the Burning Abyss monsters: Kagna, Dragig, Barbar, Good and Evil, Traveler, Trap, Libic, and Malakota. That's it. So Burning Abyss is kind of doo-doo. Well, I'll try and make something with it though. So stick around. We're gonna go right into the deck lists. All right. So first up, we have the selling point of the box, the Archetype Thief cover set, TG. So with the new Antinomy event, Antinomy, we get Booster Raptor and Blade Blaster from him, and then the rest we have to get from the box. Unfortunately, the 3 of the 2 URs, then the 1 Warwolf. But we don't need the Halberd. We need 2 Star Guardian. Blade Blaster is the focal point of the deck, as well as Vulcan the Divine. So you don't go for Blade Blaster turn 1 because you can make Vulcan the Divine on your opponent's turn, which is a bounce, and it allows you to reuse Screw Serpent. So turn 1, all you need is Screw Serpent and a level 1, either one of these. You have 7 level 1s, and you also have your skill to put back any TG and grab Serpent. So you have like 10 Serpent. You have 10 of all of these essentially. So odds are really high to see 2 of them. So you'll special summon the Screw Serpent, special summon any one of these level 1s, and then you'll make Star Guardian. Star Guardian on summon will add back the Screw Serpent, and then Star Guardian's other effect will allow you to special summon the Screw Serpent, and then when Screw Serpent is normal or specialed, you get to special summon back the level 1. Now, Star Guardian also has a quick effect where it allows you to synchro summon on your opponent's turn, just like a Crystron. So on your opponent's turn, you can synchro summon with Star Guardian and the level 1 for Vulcan, and then on summon, Vulcan will bounce the Screw Serpent back to your hand, and you'll bounce any face-up card that they have, any of their normals. So this gives you an interruption as well as your level 6 on your field. And then on the following turn, you can then normal summon Screw Serpent again since you added it back. Vulcan would prevent you from using it the same turn, but you did that on your opponent's turn, so you're still safe. You'll summon the Screw Serpent, summon back to level 1, synchro for another Star Guardian, add back the Screw Serpent. Or actually, you'd probably add back to level 1 because you want to banish the Screw Serpent from the graveyard to reduce the Star Guardian by 1 level, and then a 4 and a 6 tuner non-tuner synchro makes Blade Blaster. And Blade Blaster again is ridiculous because this card during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card that targets him, you can send any card from your hand to the graveyard and negate that effect. It's once per turn. Wait, is that once per turn? That is not once per turn. So as many cards as you have in your hand, you can prevent your opponent from targeting him. They can't Karma Cut, they can't Lance, they can't Book of Moon, they can't Chalice, they can't what else? Ballista Squad, they can't Regeki Break, they can't. I think that's it. I think that's the majority of the meta spells and traps. So like, this is just nuts. This is just nuts. And even if they like plow through your hand, when they would go to destroy it in a way that would make it permanent, you can use this other effect. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can banish a TG monster from your graveyard, banish its face-up card on the field, and then during the next standby phase, special summon it, just like Cyframe Lord Zeta. And it's 3,300. Like, Blue Eyes can't get rid of it. They just can't deal with it. They have to summon alt, threaten it, and then you have to banish it because alt is a monster effect you can't protect. But if you have like Book of Moon, you just flip the alternative face down, and then they're screwed because they set Karma Cut. You just negate the Karma Cut. It's just absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. This card is stupid. And you also play Onomaru because you can, instead of reducing Star Guardian by 1, you can boost him by 1 to make him and Vulcan level 6, and then you can make a 12, which is Onomaru, and Onomaru will hit 6k attack. So that's why you're playing the Onomaru. Pretty cool. List is very nice. You just have the 11 monsters here, and then the 9 tech cards, Lance, to push your plays through, Chalice, Book of Moon, Treacherous, etc. So that's the TG list. Moving on. All right, we're gonna get into the fish list next. So this list is really cool because it allows us to move away from territory of the sharks, because we already have so many level 4s. We have a level 4 Diva effect, essentially. Buzzsaw, Summon Lantern, that's a rank 4 already. We can make Dweller. We don't need the territory of the shark skill to boost them to level 4. We also have Double Fin because with Whitefish Salvage, this is a continuous spell card that allows us to add a fish from our graveyard to our hand every turn. So like turn 1, we can Buzzsaw into Lantern Shark, make Dweller, detach a material just to then add it back, and then on our opponent's turn we can detach another material to negate the graveyard. Just every turn adding back a fish just makes our grind game extremely good. Also, we are getting a 3rd fish depth charge from the trader, so we can have as many of these as we want. So this is essentially our Gemini Spark or our Ballista Squad. Tribute a fish, target a card on the field, destroy it, and then draw a card. Very, very good. Using this with Whitefish every turn, just our advantage game is extremely good. Double Fin is used as well because this card, when it's normal summoned, summons a level 3 or 4 fish water type from the grave. So like we summon this off a Buzzsaw, detach it, then add it back to Whitefish, and then when the Buzzsaw goes to the grave, we can then summon it back with Double Fin. But it'll be, this is like Debris Dragon, like every turn this summons from deck, this can summon from hand, this can summon from grave. So just having all 3 of these at our disposal is extremely good. 3 Angler, just an extender, level 4 water. Golden Flying Fish, we can play this card because unfortunately it's a light, but since we're not using the territory of the shark skill, we can easily tutor this out from the deck. So you get to summon 1 fish monster with a different name, right? So it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be water. I was just double checking that. So Golden Flying Fish, while it's on the field, you can tribute 1 other fish type monster, target a card on the field, destroy it, not once per turn. We can tutor this out with Buzzsaw Shark, and then add it back with Whitefish Salvage. So it's essentially as if we're playing 4 of it. I mean, not really, because like we still have to see the salvage, but you get the picture. And then Tuna summons any one of these fishes from the deck. Tuna is very good. 3 Book of Moon, 2 Whitefish Salvage, 3 Fish Depth Charge, and 1 Ballista Squad. I figure Ballista Squad's solid. Just tribute a fish, destroy a card, add it back with Whitefish Salvage. Pretty cool. You can maybe play something other than this Ballista Squad. I think this is like this is the core, I'd say. And then you have like 5 tech slots. And then the extra deck we can play Corn because we don't need rank 4 waters anymore. We can play any Xyz. So any other Xyz that you want to play that come up are really good as well. So that's the fish list. Moving on. All right, Burning Abyss. Now this is kind of just like a conglomerate of rank 3 spam. Unfortunately, like Dragig they're just not good. They're just not good. It's just, I tried, but they're just not good. Barbar only does 150 burn damage per target because it's halved. He's big though, he's 1700. Kagna is like the best one because it sends the good and evil, which then searches like Traveler or Malakota or any Burning Abyss card on the following turn. So that's okay. Dragig will stack your deck for 1 Burning Abyss card, which is like like I guess if you like resolve charge and then you mill a Dragig, you'll search and then you'll stack the deck for the following turn maybe. And then Libic is okay because you get to summon one of these from hand and it'll have its effects negated so it won't die. So you can Xyz with it using Minerva or Lumina. We're playing the charge with it. Like if you charge Mill Lumina or Minerva, search another one, you can Lumina, discard a card, and summon back, make it rank 3. Crane, this is like Tour Guide, but from the graveyard. It'll negate the effects, so whatever you summon won't die. Cyclone, you can play Master of Rights to like search your 1 Malakota. With Cyclone, something like that. Karma Cut, enemy controller, just generically good cards. And then Traveler's okay, like you can target any of number of your Burning Abyss that were in the graveyard that were sent there this turn, special summon them back, so it's like kind of recursion. But like without Burning Abyss monsters to gain you advantage, it's like, what is this? Because like if you had like Graph Seer, they kill both, you summon from deck, summon back from grave, and then Traveler, you can summon them back again, so now you have 4 monsters. But like this isn't really doing much for you. This card's just not good. Maybe you could like play a 20 card list, but unfortunately it's just rank 3 spam, and I think other decks are better for rank 3 spam at the moment. So this is kind of just like Turbo Malakota, and I guess you could play 20 cards for that, but this is not going to do you any good. So unfortunately they just kind of cucked us with this. Like they didn't even throw us a bone. They could have given us like 1 Skarm or Graph or Seer or Dante or anything, just like one of the original 4, just like bare minimum 1 to just give us like some way to generate advantage, but just like even any of the middle 3 to give us like utility, like Rubik to synchro with or Virgil. Like they didn't give us anything, dude. It's just so pitiful. Like literally all of the worst cards. But it's whatever. Moving on. Okay, so before the What Grows in the Graveyard nerf, this is the idea I had for the black and white wave. With Dark Verger in the grave, any normal summon level 1 plant monster gets you to Goyo Defender, which gets you another Goyo Defender, and then this is 2 level 3 synchros that you can Xyz into Zen mains, and then now you have a rank 3 Xyz with a synchro monster as material, so you can trigger black and white wave, and this card is just nuts. This card is nuts. It's worth building a deck around, I think. And then you could play like, it was kind of like a new and improved plant monarch deck, because you can play Caius and everything for follow-up, because you can just summon Glow Up Bulb back for tribute fodder. Pretty cool. But unfortunately we can't do that anymore, so I was like, what can I do? What could I play to turbo out this Goyo Defender? And I was like, well, righty driver, lefty driver, level 1, level 2, that works. And I was like, Deep Sea Diva, is there any level 1 Sea Serpent non-tuner? And there is. This is the only one. It's pretty bad, but it makes Goyo Defender. So with any righty driver or diva, 6 cards to open, 80% chance, we get to make Goyo Defender. And then Goyo Defender makes Zen mains, and then we can make, or black and white wave is usable. So and then even if you don't open one of these, if you open the 1 lefty driver, you can like discard it with Karma Cut, or just have it die, and then on the following turn you search righty, summon the other lefty, and then you can go from there. So like worst case, you can like wait a turn. So like you have 8 ways, I guess, technically, to make Goyo Defender, but 6 that you want to open immediately. And then just good text from there: Black and White Wave, Book of Moon, Lance to push your playthrough going second, and Karma Cut. Then you have the defensive rank 3 and the offensive rank 3, so Zen mains and Shark. And then you have rank 2s, because Diva can summon another Diva. You can make Crumble Logos or Gachi Gachi as a solid turn 1. Like, say you open double Diva, you can, and you're going first, but you don't have like Black and White Wave, you can just make like a Gachi Gachi going first, and then on the following turn, if they push through Gachi Gachi, you can maybe go for the Goyo Defender play, something like that afterwards. And then Haster as well, because you can make lefty level 3 and make a level 4 synchro that way. So I'm going to try this out. Definitely going to be a video on that. And then finally, Rikka. So again, know what grows in the graveyard. It's just, this is like the best that we could come up with. So you have the 3 Glow Up Bulb, because you can summon it, normal summon it, tribute it for like a Snowdrop or a Mudon, and then summon it back from the grave easily. And then like Mudon is the one you want to open, because it'll search your Flurries and Tranquility. And then Glow Up and Carrot Weight are like normal summons that summon themselves back. You have 1 Titanial, because you can summon this off of like any like Snowdrop, or I think Hellbore. No, I think it's just Snowdrop that summons from hand. So this card's like a hand trap kind of. Like, you have 3 of the best one, Mudon, and then 1 of the situational ones. Primula is also very good, because it allows you to make the rank 6s. Kenzashi, this is kind of like the selling point of the deck. Okay, so if a monster is tributed, you can detach a material from this card. Then target one monster in either graveyard, special summon it but negate its effects. Also, it becomes a plant monster. If a plant monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can tribute one plant monster from your hand or field instead. So this card with flurries is very good at protection and interruption, so you're going to be trying to make this play every turn. And then you have good generic rank 8s as well for your other plays. So Queen of the Night, Heliopolis, Sanafond, and then Thelemi is a generic rank 6 and then a Dweller with 2 level 4 waters. So you can make Dweller, making 22, so kind of cool. Titanial, when a card or effect is activated that targets the cards on the field, quick effect, tribute a face-up plant monster and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. A very good card, allows you to tribute a plant from anywhere, and it triggers flurries, and it prevents targeting of anything anywhere. So if your opponent like targets a Noble Knight, those won't be relevant anymore because Noble Knight got nerfed into the ground. But for example's sake, if your opponent targets a Noble Knight with an equip spell, you can negate the equip spell, destroy it. Pretty neat, and since it technically wasn't on the field yet, it won't be able to equip itself, I don't believe. So yeah, so pretty cool. This is like the best we can come up with the deck. It's just so much worse now because of what grows in the graveyard isn't usable. But that's gonna do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I hope you enjoyed your coffees. I will catch you in the next one, which I don't know yet. I don't know when the box comes out, so we'll have some videos between then and there. But I'll catch you guys in the next video, whatever that is. Peace.